Now from President Trump, back from his vacation in the White House this morning and facing new polls that show his approval has dropped in the three key states that made him president, in the 30s in Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, just days after his controversial response to those events in Charlottesville. And over the weekend, there were more protests in the wake of that Charlottesville violence. They stretched from California to Boston, were mostly peaceful. All this as President Trump prepares to address the nation tonight. His first primetime speech from the White House, the president will unveil his new military strategy in Afghanistan. So let's bring in our senior White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega. Cecilia, the president has struggled with this for months. He is expected to authorize the addition of more U.S. troops on the ground, which he has been very reluctant to do.
Yeah, exactly. And we're talking about America's longest running war here, George. This decision comes after Friday's meeting at Camp David, where the president and his national security team met. I'm told that's where basically the president solidified his decision. But as you said, he is likely to follow the advice of his generals like James Mattis, who are recommending the addition of about 4,000 troops to Afghanistan. There are about 8,400 troops that are there right now. Just as you said, though, if that is the case, this would represent a real contradiction from some of his past comments. You know, before he was elected, he said that we should have a speedy withdrawal. Why keep wasting our money there? As president, he's had a more muted response to Afghanistan. But, George, he's faced a lot of criticism, especially from those like John McCain, who say that he's just taken too long to make this decision.
And Cecilia, one of the voices who is strongest against adding more troops to Afghanistan, of course, the president's former strategist, Steve Bannon, who's now left the White House, gone back to Breitbart, and looks to be preparing for a rhetorical war on many fronts.
Yeah, and he was not in that meeting on Friday back at Camp David, George. A war is right. He's back at Breitbart News right there, taking up his old title as executive chairman of that conservative website. And he is promising to wage war on all of these enemies, everyone from Congress to the media to corporate America. He's battled openly with so many here in the West Wing, from Jared and Ivanka, Gary Cohn, the president's chief economic advisor. But take a look at what Steve Bannon told the Washington Post after he was ousted on Friday. He said, if the Republican Party on Capitol Hill gets behind the president on his plans and not theirs, it will all be sweetness and light, be one big happy family. But he says he does not expect sweetness to happen anytime soon, George.
It looks like we have a very divisive September coming up. Cecilia Vega, thanks very much.